Hello, folks of YouTube and SL. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes, Final Day Trial Ladder. This is it. Final day, second half of the trial. This is all we got left. This is it. This is all we got. Welcome back. So, we actually were just chatting in the chat, in which case, hey, if you didn't know this was a Twitch stream originally, come on by. Join us live, twitch.tv/SL_TV. And, hey, there's the plug for today. And Ozzy in chat asked about my thoughts on the finale, before the finale, on the case as a whole. And my general take so far is, I think, roughly what we said early on, but just more confident now, that 1-5 is a blend of the X2s and the X4s. So the 1-2, 1-2-2, 3-2, and 1-2-2, 1-4, 2-4, 3-4. Which is to say, much longer and more ambitious than the majority of cases. This is a much grander thing than we've done in most of the cases. Just in terms of raw length, number of puzzles, number of conversations, much larger, more ambitious, more dramatic, features a lot of very serious tension and high stakes. But all the -4s have kind of like a end cap feeling to them. Like they're very much the climax of the entire game. And this is because it's an additional thing. Clearly not. So it's not quite a -4, but it's a little more than a 2. So I love this. I think it's a phenomenal case. I don't think it's my favorite overall. My favorites are probably the 4s. But this has been fantastic and right up there for sure. If I were doing like an actual tier list, it'd be challenging, I think. So if anybody wants to see that tier list though, we can do it. Let me know. I'm happy to put it together, do a little video maybe. But yeah, I don't know otherwise. So tricky. Anyway, without further ado, let's head on in. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Ooh. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Poor Gumshoe. You got a lot on nerve, pal. Making a detective run around all around while on duty. Top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again? Well, let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here. She asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Bobby's first evidence law? Evidence law? Edward was talking about this just the other day. Did you not read this during law school? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Yeah, really. Could we study some evidence law, please? The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, you're planning to take him on. You're going to need this book. Him? Phoenix opens it up during the case. There's a gun inside and he shoots Gant. My prediction. I guess I need to give this book a thorough read. Evidence law securely slipped into pocket. What I think is going to do is give us a piece of evidence to present under a certain bit of dialogue. No evidence shall be shown that the approval of the police department unregistered must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth. The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility has been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Ema Skye found out she unwittingly caused the man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? We're gonna expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. Time to bring it to an end. Let's go! Alright, now we're talking. 25th, 12:52. Here we go. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Ms. Ema Skye. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, Normally, this is what the prosecutor calls with a witness, but, this isn't easy to say. You see, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses. I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone's been talking, and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. Is that legal? What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Ray, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well, the defense accepts. And it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness? Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls... Oh god. Controller time? Time has finally come to bring out the real murderer. Easy clap. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Oh, that organ music. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? You guys been swimming recently? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sure. Yo, what's up, Shrew? How's it going? Yeah, no, but for real fine, yeah. Like, I don't know if there was actually saves in the original game, though. Like save on demand. So, that made it was just like a, you know, warning you're about to take damage, I think. Yeah, what's going on here? We're doubting Gant? Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. Oh, excellent. I'm excited, Hydra. Fresh OC. Like, I hate this. When he just, like, stares at the camera. So you want to play hardball, huh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Save on demand, just one slot. Gotcha. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So then very much could have been a go save now. What requires us to me? Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. Oh, all the damage in the game is psychic damage. That's so true. Or like credibility damage, I guess. But yeah, I think that makes this an Eternal Darkness game. I agree. Or Darkest Dungeon. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. Is that true? I'm afraid so. Chief of police have the right to refuse to testify. What? Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. This guy is so scary. I'm trying to think if there's somebody scarier in the because like you know, Dahlia, very scary, but scary in like a unhinged supervillain kind of way, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. When you frame it like it, when it was described as a special power of the chief of police, I was like, "Does this? Huh? Pleading the fifth, yes, makes sense. But I was like, huh? Yeah, like Dahlia is scary, but like in like a a criminal mastermind supervillain kind. This guy is just like just yeah, intimidating. Exactly. He is like, and the way he's leveraging like structures and the law against us is the scary thing. Like Dahlia is horrifying because she like is gonna do horrible crime things. Gant's scary because he's just like a dude with a lot of power, and he's just like throwing his weight around. Like hey, like you can't touch. The you can't touch me because I'm so powerful thing is very scary in a very unique way. Saying after, yeah. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, it had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? Was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. Everything seems pretty clear cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I better hit him hard and fast. Yeah, no, that's true. Who was the, Oh, it was because, Shelley was, like, not in the courtroom. Oh, you're saying after the first three cases? Yeah, because like this guy almost like I think Dahlia is scary, but this is like a more unsettling villain, right? What I'm interested in is like if in a later, because I don't know if what was her name? Was it Violetta? What was her name? I'm thinking of a different name. But the like crime family. That never came back around. Oh, Cadaverini family. I got it, nailed it. That could have been scary too. Okay. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Ema Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first, so Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. Was this about a power outage? Oh, that. Elevator stopped all of a sudden. I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when the knife went to his heart, though. That's not funny. Okay. So you went downstairs in the elevator? Can you tell us what you saw? It was a shock inside. Neil and that serial killer were lying on a heap on the floor, all tangled together. So Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Yeah, apparently his head was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls. Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms, looking back at it now. She must have already known what her sister had done. Recounted that man's death, and I clapped and smiled. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body had already been moved. So that means you found the body near Lana's desk. That's right, I think you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yes. Anyway. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. So you're saying the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have fell, but moving a body in high heavens are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. That really went down. Staring at the windows won't do you any good, Mr. Rice. When to stare at anything, better off staring at the court record. Worthy, always the smooth talker. which piece of evidence ties Gann to the forgery? Lana did admit to it, but that can't be the whole truth. Okay. Went through one, save. Final boss time. Alright. Alright, let's start off with... Make you shrew. First things first. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid it's a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the blue badge you showed us earlier. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. It was found where? You see, Chief Gann, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Chief Gans, what's the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? If Gumshoe's salary ends up dropping any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My, kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. This is really scary. Nobody has, in the game so far, questioned our presenting evidence. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them into my office. That's scary. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. They were found after Doc was convicted and they're worthless. There's no reason I participated in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand I'm the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Yeah, when the police chief says, for all I know you could have, you might as well take it as, this is what you did. Legally, now. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you will make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but do you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Edgy. Return, though. I know. That place, right? Huh? Look, that's telepathic? Oh, gee. Appreciate if you stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yeah, you have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you not know. Back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped... Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're gonna need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Righto's prints are found. If they're found inside my safe, that would prove his investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Yeah, we're holding the cow tipping trial? Exactly. Exactly, yeah, Wright's incriminating himself in the way to saving clout. Excuse me, I would break the law, actually. I once tipped a cow. I can do illegal things, too. What do you mean by that? I once dated a murderer. This is all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, righto. All depends on when the evidence was discovered. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized a day after Dark was sentenced. Such a bad boy with a pink sweater has a big heart with a P in the middle, exactly. Once hid evidence for a murderer by swallowing it because I loved her, exactly. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenience? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. How is it that I don't know? Come now, righto. Think about it. There's no reason I participate in a forgery. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here, but in the end the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Ema Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there's one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, well, no, I wasn't aware. What was this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have right now. Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of SL9 incident has secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was next in line to become the next chief. Resolution SL9 merely sped the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be chief anyway. Yeah. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there's nothing in it for me. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. Sheesh. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people, that's how I was raised. Seem to be lax enough for yourself, though. Oh-ho-ho! That's a good one, Worthy. Huh. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have wanted to help someone out? True. You might not help out anyone for their sake. We're gonna save. Did I save? Damn. Let's hope we can back out of this. If this is a like dead end, this is gonna be very bad. We have like another. We have oh my god, we have so many for all my turnabout. Because I liked for all my turnabout, it was good. 2-4 slaps. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well then. Who is this person you believe the Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Ema Skye? By installing her as the chief prosecutor, he's like completely secures his position legally in the district?
Take that!
Chief Prosecutor Ema Skye? The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Ema Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh my god. Judge. ... Oh wait. Rusting puppet as in like a admitted chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this, that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Huh. She's keeping quiet about Ema. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Or which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Let's go. Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that the Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Order, order, order. I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Looks like he's the one who just had to go through with us. But can you prove this, Mr. Wright? Yeah. Because I'm Phoenix Wright, not Phoenix Wrong. That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Oh god. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Huh. Huh? Oh, duh. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777-7777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. What? And how do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean. Afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 777-7777. The same as the remaining ID number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. New sprite, let's go. Order, order. Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright is punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? True, they get a stress spray and they're immediately guilty? Agreed. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me. When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. What does that mean? What? Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gant. I'm afraid you just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Ema Skye's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. I mean, strictly speaking, no, it is about Ema Skye. Oh, true. Larry would have lost in 1-1. That's a good point, actually. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime. If you're not the one... So, yeah. If you are not the defendant in the trial, and you get a stressed sprite, an angry stressed sprite on the stand, you're guilty. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I have to ask you for evidence. So as proof, the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. I think it's this. Good thing we have the good song right now. What is this? What song is this again? I always forget which one of this song this is. This is like the song though. Gumshoe? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. Alright. We're throwing this one out. It's true. No, there's gotta be something more solid than this. Okay, rip. Yeah, that's actually a great point. If someone commits murder, they should be found guilty. I agree. I'm not dead. Goodwin had to go see Chief Gant. So I don't know if they're mumblings, but the court is waiting. Oops. Why don't you come meet with me tomorrow? Perhaps you could write up your letter of termination. The cornered? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cornered. I can remember it was like if it was pursued or cornered. Okay. Okay. That wasn't quite it. So, I did the screwdriver last time, right? I did the report? Okay. So what I've got left is the screwdriver, I think, and the King of Prosecutors trophy are my favorite options left. Unless I'm missing something. Was it this? Okay, no, I'll just load. Sorry. We're holding the 1L at least, my god. What's up, Shrew? Not quite yet, but close. You threatened us with termination. I'm not seeing it. I also could be remembering an early detail. I mean, like, forgetting an early detail, I mean. I could be not remembering an early detail. Okay. Victim went to meet Chief Gant day of the crime. Oh, the evidence transferal. The evidence about that? Oh, Nick has 2 themes in MBC3. I didn't play MBC, is it Ultimate? So I didn't play with Phoenix in the game. Oh, that's so sick. What? Yeah, okay. That's what I'm forgetting. The jar fragment was in the safe. We know that much. Let's think about it real quick. Just about what we know about each item. Okay. Edgeworth's knife in Edgeworth's car. No. We tried this. ID card found at the crime scene in the office. Does not prove it. Edgeworth's ticket. No. The blue battery. No. Autopsy report. No. This maybe. This item is nice. On a cell phone. No. The floor plans. No. Crime photo. No. Victim shoe. Don't think so. Knife. I don't think so. But possible. Fluid, no. ID card record, yes. But not this. Try the screwdriver. Item report. This glove was found in the evidence locker. Oh, I'm struggling, folks. Thank you. I mean, this is the final boss for game 1, right? You know, the post-game boss, honestly. I'm struggling to think about what item. We can just go down the line, right? That's boring. So, the knife I'm close to saying. At the crime scene. I don't know where the knife was, if we knew where the knife was before it was here. I'm gonna say the knife gets the knife. What was I thinking? Okay, trying again. One more time. I got the ID card as well. But again, I don't know if that proves he was at Chief Gant's office. So we have the forged evidence, or we have the hidden evidence. That's one, like, hard tell. Maybe it's the jar? I don't quite get it. So we didn't see, probably we didn't see Goodman anywhere, right? So Goodman gets killed in Gant's office, and then gets taken to Edward's car. I mean, Gant had this up, right? Maybe it's the evidence list? Huh. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this, but here we are. So, the jar? Yeah, no, totally. We have the jar with Goodman for sure. Well, I guess then we don't. We have the jar with Marshall, but not with Goodman technically. I swear to God, true. No. No. You monsters. I'm not watching the video again. I mean, it feels very silly. I'm not talking to the Blue Badger either. I mean, it feels very silly when I realize what it is. But yeah, it's not clicking. I've been feeling good about tonight so far, but yeah, this is not working. I've been coming back around to the jar. Oh no, he. Yeah, turnabout. Yep, 3 stances. Investigation courtroom and turnabout. Nice. I'm really losing it. We do this. I don't want to just, like, you know, fire away. The objection attack that lets him enter turn mode has an official name. Incredible. It's called Bridge to the Turnabout. That's so good. I know, I'm tempted just to start running it down, right? We're basically doing that already. The Blue Badger's the murderer? Yeah, I think so. God, I feel like I'm close, but I don't quite have it. Oh, we're so close. Give me just 1 minute, folks. Enjoy the good music. Be right back. Welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. I had to recover from a drowsiness debuff. Alright, here we go. Back to it. Okay. Proof. What did Goodman do? Goodman was doing evidence transferal for SL9 from the evidence room to long-term storage. This does not place him in Gant's office. It places him in... It places him not in Gant's office. It places him in the evidence room. We've shown the ID card. We've shown this. I may have tried the right answer and I backed out. Do they all start with the same line? Oh, yikes. No, okay. Okay, things that can't be. Either these, like there's no way it's Edgeworth's knife or parking ticket, right? Like that just doesn't make any sense. I cannot fathom that as the Blue Badger. It could be, but I'm giving this like very low percent. I don't think it's Goodman's autopsy report. Oh, this? My first guess was the lost item report, right? But I thought I had presented the ID report, the note, and the ID. Because I'm pretty sure. I mean, I was hit with the drowsiness debuff, so I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure. We can just try it again. Also this. Did we try this? Yeah. Oh! I didn't push the button? Oh, okay. This makes like I was like, am I going insane? Okay. We misunderstood. I didn't remember what I clicked on first. And then we had in chat decided that I had clicked on this, but we hadn't. Okay. Yep, gotcha. Okay. I feel way better now. I was like, what have I missed? Like, I thought this was a great guess. Alright. Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Well, to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole this. So Goodman filled out a lost item report. Okay. We had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you are in possession of the report. Which means you can't be sure he filed it. Not so, he filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. We needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him. There's no other way the murderer and Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes, now that you mention it, I might have done exactly that. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Holy cow! No! Or something like that, you know. Extreme Chief Gant, you didn't. Incredible sprite there. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as the place to commit murder. Yes. Yeah, my guy's about to use his level 3 super exactly. Thank you, Hydra. We have some phenomenal OC, courtesy of Riza Hydra in chat. Absolutely phenomenal, thank you. Thunderblight Ganon, exactly. Thank you for this. After the murder, we contacted law at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was in the department that entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was just a useless clue taken up space. Okay. What clue? We're gonna figure it out right now. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us his evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. The screwdriver, I think? Gant even said that here are single police station inside of the world, exactly. I think it's this. This is how you moved the body. What's that? A screwdriver? Let's go! What does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is the screwdriver doing here? He unscrewed the limbs! It's here because... Ah! I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In case on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. It was a sonic screwdriver. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Oh, so Edgeworth feels like double guilty. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? Only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Ms. Ema Skye. Order! 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 What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Beto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going. We're making time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? Police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. Is that what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Ema Skye is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Okay. Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of the body? I don't have any concrete proof. What do we have? We have this book. The switchblade knife? Yeah, we got it. I can't let him just squirm his way out of this. I've got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor, I do have such evidence. Then please hurry up and present it. Just remember, it better be proved that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of a doubt. Suddenly feeling less sure about this. Spray his gloves for blood? I'd love to. Suddenly feeling less sure about this. This is my gut check, so I'm doing this. So, what exactly is this evidence? It's proof. As to whether it's enough to demonstrate the chief's guilt, I'll let you be the judge. But I am the judge. Oh, right. Well, what do you think, Your Honor? Well, I think, Miss Rez, I'm going to be late for lunch. Oh, I guess it wasn't enough. Okay. Please, Your Honor. A little longer to consider. Look at that note I signed with you again that says, I stabbed good man, I promise. So true. Okay. Okay, we'll save it again, because we'll hold another L here. Make it a little harder on ourselves, right? Hold another L. Okay, evidence again. Okay. So we need proof that Gant murdered you. This is proof that Lana helped fabricate the murder, right? So I thought this was gonna be pretty good. So the chief's gloves should have blood on them, potentially. Goodman's ID. Beyond HB, just like absolutely like gold standard proof. I don't even know if we have gold standard proof. Like, this is not gold standard proof. This is close, but it's not gold standard proof. Oops. Sure. Marvel Power Grid is a standardization for the ranking or power of characters based on stats, sure. So Gant kills Goodman in the evidence room, right? That's our current supposition. He does that, then he gets the body put in Edgeworth's trunk, and the rest is easy to follow. So the question is, how do we prove that Gant left, like basically that Gant left that room alone without Goodman? And or dragged his body out. Put them in tiers from weakest to strongest for each of their stats, okay. So this doesn't have Gant's blood on it, otherwise that'd be very easy. I thought this was gonna be it. Alas, it was not. Intelligence, strength, speed, stamina, energy, projection, and fighting ability. Okay. One knife wounds, die within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Okay. Thank you for those edits, Hydra, by the way. Those are great. In the Discord chat. Yeah, come by the Discord, by the way, folks. We have a Discord. We have fun. Let's try this. That seems like not very good, but... Okay. Sounds good. I'm a little lost, to be honest with you. I want to spray some stuff with luminol right now. We can't, though. We're in court. By the judge, that's true. A little stuck right now. I'm curious what happens if we say I haven't improved yet. No use showing evidence, I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor, in present I have no conclusive evidence. See, G? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble when you can't afford to lose, righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Edgy, I'll leave the rest to you. Oh, we just lose the game? Sounds good. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. Wah! Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Okay, let's see. Hold on 1 second. We have 3 memes first. Oh my god. So in Marvel, intelligence is genius tier. So Phoenix is in tier 5 out of 7 for intelligence of the power grid. As you can see here. In the genius tier, we have T'Challa, Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man, Morbius himself. There are 216 items here. He does have one and everything else, though, which is extremely funny. Which is to say, baby. He is just a guy. But he's up. He's like this is like God tier. Loki is up here. He's on the same intelligence tier as foreign space deities. This is wild. Obadiah Stane. This is an extremely high tier. Yeah, Dr. Octopus. Very, very high. Magneto. We're in very high tier intelligence. Good job, Nick. He's just a guy. Okay, I did the stupid gesture where you minimize all your windows. Hold on a second. Okay. Anyway, sorry for the distraction. That was a cool distraction, though. Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth, another witness? In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked the right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? The defendant. Why are you asking me, Your Honor? We've forgotten. The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth. We can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth... The defendant, Ms. Ema Skye? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task, to dispose of the victim's body in accordance with someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. Final recess? Okay. Hold on. Huh? Whoa. Chief, again, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. I was talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course, you never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. Got a lunch date to meet. Okay, if there aren't any further objections. This court is now in recess. Oh. So I'm gonna just stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. Chief, you're something else, eh, pals? Gumshoe! Ha ha ha, I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, don't worry about this. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. It's the place that top-knotted girl used to work with. Do you mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again, otherwise how is it always gets the upper hand? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Rice. What will the judge say? Risks? What do you mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Hi, Emma. Welcome back. Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came through, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery, so she heard everything. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know what's funny? I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. Oh, Emma. Think that all this time my sister was being blackmailed with a terrible man. And she did all this just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. Must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That's why she became so cold. It's all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. You wanna blame anyone? Blame society, pal. Gumshoe, based as always. Chief getting able to float around this forgery, but he can't feel my memory. I remember now. Not Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, right. It's time to end this. Here we go. Oh. Okay. I didn't know there were 2 sections here. I was not expecting a save point. Are we good to keep rolling? Or should I break the video? They said this was the finale. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's just roll it. This is just the finale then. Long YouTube video. Now then, will the defendant, Ms. Ema Skye, please take the stand? Ms. Ema Skye, you are the chief's prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what's required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please write the quote with your testimony, Ms. Skye. And remember, you're on your oath. You want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Gant and the fabrication. Here we go. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. Your Honor, I didn't realize you liked metalcore. So true. My only motivation was to get Drake convicted. Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? So 1 second. I'll rearrange my windows. Okay. Your Honor, I'm confessing to the capital offense, of course I'm sure. But Lana! If this is true, that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Red, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second guessing myself. Okay, cross-examination. Here we go. Heading on in. Let's do it. Hold it. How many years exactly? ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that'd be 5 years. Gant and Skye were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. Lots of them good come from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable man. That's why there's no truth to this blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Skye. You didn't murder Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot rely in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Goodman with a knife. And did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. That's the switchblade, though. Okay, right. What? But Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change the statement. You mean Marshall wound up being killed by Dog? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the murder weapon? Dog was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. So when you found the scene of this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. Okay. Broke off the tip of the knife, planted inside the wound, and moved the body. You planted the knife inside the wound and then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You, of all people, should know, Edgeworth. You always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I'd ask for the sake of the others. But why did you do that? Calm down, Mr. Wright. Even you should have figured it out. Okay. The tip would be all the proof we needed. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yeah, it's something that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes. I hated Dark for what he did. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it, period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it, so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. Nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Okay. No way she could have done it alone. I've got to get Lana to talk more. Okay. Let's get her to the talk. Back to this. Okay, so that was the right, sorry, this one. Okay, so let's have to move the body line too here, if we can. Oh. Okay. So I guess we just guessed correctly. Or no, is this the thing? There we go. When you showed up in the scene, where exactly was the body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Okay, explain in more detail. This is the jar? The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Why? Pieces of the jar, you mean? Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So when you first found the body, the jar was already, of course, had been shattered to pieces. If you look at the crime scene, it'd be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Why? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. Yeah, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. Miss Skye, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery or the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. Contradiction in my testimony. You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Right, but if someone wrote Emma on it, it couldn't have been, that would have been done before it shattered. You have a problem with that? Simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to write this message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Ah. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Order! Order! Your Honor, it would appear more info is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be using something critical here. Something critical. This is... Okay. Hold on. We need something. We need the important... We need this for this. Just real quick. Real quick. The jar says Gant. You can manipulate the Emma to say Gant. I'm sure of it. Okay. Conspiracy screen off. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor. It seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we are headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Also possible, it says dark. But I think, but the letters Emma... Like, what I'm trying to say is... The way the jar says Emma... Like, I tried to draw Gant on it the first time, right? Is what I'm trying to say. Like, G, A, and then, like, it gets funky over here. So I'm saying, like, if Gant, like, erased bits over here to make the T, then we're already pretty close to Gant. But it was dark in there, and didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped with the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Or it says dork. Oh, you're so true. You're so right about that. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well. Okay. Alright, hold it. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. Unbelievable. Yo, Essel Gullible is written on the jar. No way! What? Are you sure? Whoa. But not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You were an ace detective and never missed a detail. You were supposed to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jaw pieces. Normally I would have. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that was my case. Lana, you do that for me? Yes, clearly! Seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, just barely enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened on the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. Must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. Safe, I wiped with the blood. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in the situation? The jar has 1006 written on it. He'll put the big side up first, though. A cursed jar, crushes scouter. Very good. Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in the office. Detectives always prepared, Mr. Wrights. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. Not even a joke. I got every last piece. No, you did not. No, you did not. Nope. Nope. Miss Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it, she really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witnesses testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of it. Yeah, so there's only one explanation. On the night Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. But couldn't the defendant simply missed a piece? I'm afraid it's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but I make mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day. Only just my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ah, can you believe that? But you've forgotten, Your Honor. When the witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying the person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, oops, no. The question is, if you did arrive there first, why did he have that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No! Wait. I'm not the one on trial here. Judge breakdown. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jaw and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question. What is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? The judge, absolutely. And what even happened afterwards? Isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Ema Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Doc, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason Ema Skye became the chief's puppet. She bit her thumb so hard she bled? No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you just want the typist who tries to twist the truth. Wait a minute. we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap. I told you! Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? This game, I'm furious. Lana may be right after all. What do you mean, right? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Ms. Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking on Mr. Marshall. Ms. Skye, if you will. I can't. Nothing to be afraid of anymore. This causal image may not change a thing. However, there's a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright, the witness testify once more, for the final time! This is it. Actual crime scene. Actual factual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence linked to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it, but if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable, the body was impaled on the armor's sword? You were the only one who saw that, if only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember seeing a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright surely does have faith in you. What? I don't remember seeing pictures from Lana. I checked the book, right? Yeah, okay. I knew I opened it. She gave us the evidence law book. Okay. Okay, so I didn't miss it. Whoa! Hey, there's a picture here. Yikes. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Okay. Mr. Wright, that piece cut from his vest, could that be the cloth he found inside Chief Gant's safe? What's this? A handprints. That cloth had fingerprints on it. Whose fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning out purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well. Alright, let's do it. Actual crime scene. Oh, hold it. Oh. Yo, what? Okay, that was startling. Hold it. I literally was like, I was like, oh, did my controller, like, holy cow. That was genuinely scary. I was like, oh, is my controller, like, not plugged in properly? Something weird happened, whatever. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant? What? Now, you want to make me out as the bad guy, too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you have forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that wrist we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Ugh. Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? Evidence to do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, do you mean you still have conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why are you keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Yeah. Something that proves to not to reveal Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show this evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. You know, that piece of evidence. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. Oh, God. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? Think so carefully, I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? You know, that piece? One that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? Save 5 times? True. Would you catch these hands as evidence again? Yeah. We'll save again, just to be safe. I'm gonna rotate all your saves. So true. Overwrite all your saves exactly. Okay. Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence. All right, the time's finally come to show it to him. Those prints have got to be the Chiefs. All right, I'm going with my theory. I'm running with the theory. What? No. I was so hopeful. If that had worked out, that would have been so great. Okay, I mean, I don't really want. That was what I got. Conclusive evidence. I thought for sure it was the jar. They're not the Chiefs. Yeah, yo. Exactly. Yeah. Slipped and fell on a freshly waxed floor. You must have my hands. Okay. Freshly waxed floor? Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna send it, I think. It's a piece of leather cloth? Yes. It most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left upon the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword. What? Whose fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Righto has checked, haven't you? So this is a trap, right? Like clearly this was a setup from the beginning. Like he put this, he like, Emma's unconscious. Emma's unconscious, right? He takes her hand, puts it on the thing, cuts it out, puts it in the safe. Or he tells Lana that. Well, whose are they? They're Miss Skye's, Miss Ema Skye's. What? They're mine? So I really did do it. See, I told you it was conclusive. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? But Give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. Okay. I know. We've had to see what happened. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Ema Skye to Neil Marshall's death. No. Yeah, bad ending. Because we have our killer. No! Yep. No! Bad ending. Bad and... Okay, and Lana sounded guilty on all counts. Guilty. Dong. Okay, well we saw the ending at least. Alright, back to it. Okay. So, other options are the switchblade knife, which I think is pretty good. Because that one is very confusing to me. For the king of the prosecutors, I'm gonna be king. Oh my god. Yeah, why do, like, you know, late 90s, early 2000s English versions of OPs go so hard? Shout out the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX OP as well. That one slaps. The right choice and the right choice. Choose the right choice, Mr. Right. You're so true. I mean, that's so true. You're so right. That's so true. Yeah, I got you. Yes, the German Naruto opening. One of the truly, like, most potent pieces of media of all time. It's like one of the most incomprehensible things I've ever seen in my life. I thought for sure it was the jar. Yu-Gi-Oh! 4 Kids. It's very good. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX one though is also very good. Maybe it's this. Get submitted. Okay. Alright, I think I'm orbiting the right answer, but we're not quite there yet, obviously. I'm trying the knife. We could also just say no. No might be the right answer. One more evidence, and then we're going to say no instead. Well, no's bad. I don't think it close. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. I thought I was getting closer. Yeah, one more evidence. It's funny. November 2nd is almost Christmas. I mean, like, very clearly it was the statue. Conclusively. Yeah. I'm getting this out of the way. Okay. I want it off the table. I want it off the table. I really thought it was the jar. Evidences? Oh, fascinating. My understanding. Killed Marshall. I'm gonna present this because Gant's doing the I had to do it to him pose. And that's proof enough, I think. I thought for sure this was it. Look here, it's hard to make out with this dark red stain here. It's like blood. The Chief has a different bow. Just small, it's a line. That is odd. Yeah, well, we knew that though. That's extremely funny. I thought for sure this was it. Because that, like, the Chief had two things in the safe. It was both things in the safe and the evidence list for the sort of things that got smuggled out, right? And apparently none of those things were it. So now I'm confused. A pretty unstable piece of evidence, that's very true. I'm worried we should back up a little bit and say we don't have evidence. Look at things inside out. We're doing the turnabout. This is the turnabout moment. We have to think backwards. We don't have to prove. We don't have to. Right. So we're taking the Mia method here. We don't have to prove that Gant did it. Or are we in the we don't have to prove that Ema didn't do it, we have to prove that Gant did it? Or it's either that or we have to prove that. Yeah, that's a good question. We should just check that, I guess. Oh, we can't now though. We can't have to prove that Ema couldn't have done it, or that Gant did it. Are the two ways we could frame the turnabout situation here. If Ema couldn't have done it, why? I don't think we got that. So to prove that Gant did do it. I think that's how I'm interpreting that, at least. Answer. So those gloves are not the Chief's gloves. Who wants us to prove something right now? I mean, we are being asked by the judge to prove that Gant did it. Gant is also trying to get us to show the evidence that he planted in his safe. Which is to say, the cloth, which I'm assuming he set up, right? And we want to prove that Gant did it. Let's back out. Let's back out from this. I would like to... Let's just see what happens to Shrew's point. No evidence to present at this point in time. What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. Aha! Yes. Yes. I did not, as Hyder mentions, do the Jack Black Bowser move. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why'd you show them? Found it together. Oh, I see. Because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Count? The bluff maneuver, yes. This is one that's tough for me because, like, mechanically, I feel like I'm always disincentivized from saying no. Like, no feels very scary in this situation because usually no either loops you back around or loses you, makes you lose. Oh, I see. Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd with the chest area. Looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police. I've been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you'd had the gall, Righto. Well, can't let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happens. What? You mean you admit to it? Oh my god. Okay. I was the first person to arrive at the scene that day, and that occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. Oh, thank you. Jack Black dialogue over Bowser forward smashing Mario. Very good. Okay. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. Made it look like the blame lay with her sister, and then when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Ms. Skye. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I used that evidence to get Joe convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricate all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too? Ho, ho, ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept 1 more item. For insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I wouldn't want to do that being chief and all, but it's a lot better than being betrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. Been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I mess up here, the victory is mine. So, here's what I'm thinking. This is not the case on trial. Is what I'm thinking. Clearly didn't go through the PD. Because this has been hidden in a safe. And it's not relevant to the Ema Skye case. So I'm gonna say no. And then if that doesn't work, we'll go back and show him the book. Oh. Even if I did, suppose the poor girl's fingerprints. Right, think hard over the circumstances. The circumstances? We're talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference? I just figured out my plan. Mr. Wright, this is your only chance. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Okay. Okay, that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Oh. We're back here again now. Canonically, Nick does his all first go. Yeah, exactly. I want to show him the jar.
Take that!
Mr. Edward, your opinion, please. I think Mr. Wright's humor has improved at the expense of his defense. Okay, alright. Okay. It's still not the jar. Okay, I'm fairly lost here with regards to what has changed. The difference between then and now. What is the difference? The switchblade is different. It's a connecting point between then and now. Alright, so let's double check. I'm gonna go with my initial thing and hit him with the book. Okay. What the heck is it? Oh, don't tell me, obviously, but I'm feeling fairly lost here. This is a pretty gnarly case. What is the difference? Yo, Shuriken, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you for your redacting. Thank you for redacting your statement, I should say. Did I present the photo? I know, it's my bad. I haven't quite gotten there yet. Emma was unconscious. No, but
Take that!
I mean, I could show him the handprint now. It just confuses me. So let's go over the scene real quick. Emma's unconscious. Gant's in the room. Yeah, this case is super tough. I don't even remember 2-4. Before was Shelley the killer, right? So Gant's in the room. So the question is, does Gant murder Marshall? Is the real question, I think. I think the answer is yes. I think Gant murdered Marshall. So what happened? Gant does that. He's wearing gloves. So that's fine. He kills Marshall. For what reason? I don't know yet. And this man is bleeding all over the place. Which does not quite line up with the autopsy report. It was a scuffle, though. No hat. He's not wearing a hat here. We can present the receipt photo again now. What we know is that this photo, if we are taking this as fact, right? That means the jar is not broken when this is happening. Now, where in the room was she? She's like laying on her back, laying on the side. She's like laying on the floor, like this, right? I know. I feel like I've been talking through all the logic and I was like not connecting the dots. So she's here. The jar, like the jar's angle was really weird. Is the thing? She's like on the floor. I don't understand this angle. So she was in like the back corner of the room, I guess, like the far back corner. Seeing the jar. I don't get it. The statue here is pointing to Lana, and thus Lana did it. So I feel like I'm so close. I feel like I'm so close. So it was actually tussling. It was actually tussling in the room. I mean, like, it is, that's the whole point of Ace Attorney, though. Is, you know, like the fantasy that, again, between then and now for that piece. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess if Edgeworth's saying, like, if by that y'all mean, like, that Edgeworth, so, like, if I'm interpreting this, hint, Edgeworth is saying, that the context of this piece has changed. Let me verify this once more. So what changed was we've now proven that Gant intentionally put this in his safe. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests this immediately be taken to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to have been left so clearly. You mean it could not have been forged? It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ho ho ho. You're as slow of the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all the time to present this evidence. Incredibly squishy leather, yeah. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know his fingerprints are on that. Mr. Wright, do you really know? Where the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything proceeding. This guy has 7,000 IQ. I got most of the way there. I just, you know, sequencing issues, skill issue. The person whom these fingers belong to is. I mean, I think we don't want to lie here. Emma? Ema Skye? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma, but why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh ho ho ho, you're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. It was true, tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold it. How could you? You monster! Miss Skye? You knew who those fingerprints were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Yeah, but I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposefully concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter, cat? Got your tongue? Aren't you gonna tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Ema Skye, wasn't it? Nope. I'm afraid it's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? Contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about... Oh my god, is it his hair wax? I don't know about that one. But that'd be really funny. Who the real killer is. Something waxy on the thing. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold. The piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Oh. It's square. What have I been thinking this whole time? How did I... That's not square. Is that it? It can't be that simple. There's no way it's that simple, and I just looked over the fact that it was a big no, there's no way. It's not possible. There's no way it was that easy. There's no way. There's no way. Stop. There's no way. What exactly is this supposed to be? I'm sitting here going through like every... Oh my god. Overcomplication strikes again. I'm the one with the 7 head trying to get through Phoenix Wright's plan. Now Phoenix Wright is the 8 head, but I didn't understand. That's the difference between 7 and 8 head. Is you recognize that sometimes things are that easy. This is a picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See what piece of his vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. I even got all the blood on his vest though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured, blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Oh. Wait, there's no blood on it. Oh, we talked about this too. I even pointed out the blood. I was like, there's a lot of blood. I guess he got stabbed through the lungs. Oh. Since Ema Skye's fingerprints on this cloth, there's no doubt she set the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Ms. Lana Skye, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armorer's sword? Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted to only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Okay. Ironic, isn't it? With the very act of creating insurance, you proved you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over. Objection. Heh. Oh, ho, 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 that was close right now. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order, order. Fake pie, what's up? What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember Reggie. Earlier, old right over here can steal a piece of cloth. Okay. No evidence this time? Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Ooh, did you actually think you could best me in court? So laughs on you, son. Nope, hit him with the book. Bonk. Well, I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, true, Mr. Edwards. True, legal evidence can't be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wrights? Oh, we know this one. Hit him with the book! Hit him with the book! It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wrights, do you admit to it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed his piece of cloth. I did not. Nope. I admit I refused to present it at one point. Hit him with the book. So the evidence is illegal. Objection. Nope. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present the evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Edgy, don't listen to his lies. Oh my god. Nothing but a coward. You can't really believe. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence illegal or not? Very well. Let's settle once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. Okay. Hit him with the book. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. Hit him with the evidence. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Ema Skye's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written here right in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Don't talk about evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence will be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. 0.5 about the back and forth of this rule, just like the sort of the two-pronged attack on Gant is sick. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between this cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy to say, well, look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented? It was shown only a few moments ago. No, he's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. Yeah, exactly. But the guy, and evidence law in this universe has only 2 sentences. Everybody in the room should know those 2 sentences by heart. Word for word. And yet, here we are. In this world where there are only 2 sentences for evidence law, everybody involved in the legal system should know those sentences, like, backwards and forwards. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. It's possible. But we're only talking about the 2 rules. You've ever heard this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. No! Yes. We need to not show the cloth, get the evidence that has the contradiction, and get us in the good evidence lineup. Phoenix gigabrained it. That is like some like extreme galaxy brain. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Exactly. Yes, you, Chief of Police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut her in the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person that could be. Yo, Emma and Lana are gonna need like a lifetime of therapy. Especially Lana. She's been living for like years under the assumption that her sister killed somebody. She's been covering it up and doing illegal actions to cover that up. Damon Gantz, the killer was you. No. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, and yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't actually petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. Create a star, then convince Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Yeah, that's right. Okay, gotta help me. Oh. The name again popped up. Goodman turned him down as he ought to. Still, Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day, wanted to file lost item reports. I went with him to the evidence room, then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Yeah, he was clapping fast. Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There's too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I wasn't even taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. When I saw it, that accursed knife. Couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. And that's the 3-5 difference. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. Didn't know who might stumble in, so I just hurried to wipe it up. I'm clapping anyway. I was worried so much about the floor, I didn't realize the fatal mistake. The bloody handprints on Detective Gumshoe's locker. It used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere. I guess I was too nervous. No business doing any of it. Maybe the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the way to move the body. Broke your trunk, what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how? How could you get Ms. Skye involved in all this? 22 instead of 30? Okay, interesting. Well, she had as much as loose as I did, but the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So you left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. It's like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I got handed to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. Must have known that. Tell me, Worthy. Why do you stand in court? Hey, this is the theme, one of the themes of the series. Me. You despise criminals. I can feel it, you and me. We're the same. Reasons why Edgeworth goes on a hiatus after this. No chair is true. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down when you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Wudgie. What? Looks like I'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gantz. I knew you as you used to be, long ago. You're once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm so sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Edgy. Thanks for the memories, though. Oof. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Righto here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. Because you're always going to be Righto. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Fascinating end for him here. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the very beginning. You see, Miss Skye, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial's over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence, up until today. So, it seems the questions raised in the trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Skye, I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. You can see I thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. She smiled! Oh, you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Skye, and to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yes, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems that good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder, however, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. Exactly. The trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes. I understand, Your Honor. Something amusing about all this. Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial's gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Ms. Ema Skye. Not guilty. Yay! That is all. This court is adjourned. 5 p.m. This is a long day in court. There's 3 segments, right? At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the wrong face? I'm sorry she didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, it's not. It's just now after the trial ended. I can see Ema Skye thought so highly of you. Oh, you may thanks, Mr. Wright. Yeah, in the whole series? And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, yes. We just heard this. By flashback, we just heard this. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Again, Gumshoe, again with this. Oh, guess I am. Come back later. Wait, not your Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paying attention to all I am doing. Top it off, come here. I've seen happy people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh. Are you kissing my sister again? Nope, not this time. Came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right, I thought you'd like to see someone. No, the case is this long? Wow. Dang. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. 3-4 and 4-5, yeah. 3-5, yeah. All I could do was think about what was keeping you from getting... All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. Yeah, 4 pages worth of evidence. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew, but sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding when I believed the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis. Such a fool. Took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis. I was in the one day you'd come back, and now you have. Oh, Emma. Emma! Oh. And now she goes to jail. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to the rightful path. And it is from there that we move on towards a brighter future. At least that's what I felt, watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wrights, Mr. Gumshoe, me. Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure I'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding, come over here. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth? Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gaunt was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me were the same. Ilana's in jail. Iris is in jail. Maya's basically got like a detention center cell just like as a rental for her because she is getting brought in there so often. Yeah. And give the 8th attorney woman a break. Yeah, for sure. Now, in fairness, Lana did forge evidence. She did do that. But it would be nice to have like a leading character not go to jail. For once. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known it to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull someone like Chief Gaunt did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't get anyone as a prosecutor. Yeah. Yep. There it is. Edgeworth? Don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wrights, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wrights? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is the pop quiz? Oh, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I were able to find on our own? Evidence law? Oh, the two halves of the sheet. This has got to be it. Together? Yes? I hate missing these. It's gotta be this, right? It's gotta be. That's the picture I drew. Let's go! Alright. I can't begin with this. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. A part would not completely restore Emma's picture. It didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Not take care, right? Oh my god. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? Oh. What I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. See you later, buddy. Catch you later, pal. I better be going too, to jail. Okay. But I'll be by to visit soon. Seems you both have a lot to learn and a lot of catching up to do. Here, it's a little something for you. Scientific investigation. First book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Any smilers? And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Oh, faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started a new journey of my own. Oh. Yeah, she is still getting arrested. Journey to rediscover myself. Yep. Well, don't go checking out just yet, pal. Huh? What is the detective? Just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this, but they said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me. The folks at a prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard and sneak it out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Ryder is the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, you think I can afford with my salary? You'd be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it I suddenly click on a screen? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Yep, there it is. I think the game on objection is so good. Yo, nice. Okay, quick credits takes. Shout out to Shu Takumi for all this. This is so good. 1-5 is just a phenomenal case. Oh, Ranger friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. Oh. I wish she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. Ooh. So means the affair is pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. It rolled like I'm here to pay my bribe. I'll finally back to the field somehow. Then I will investigate crimes together with Emma. Oh, that'd be really cool. Asterisk. Yes, it is the end of the first game if you bought it on the DS in the US. If you bought it in Japan on the Game Boy, it was not in the game. This is post game content. For sure, Shuriken. Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If they penalized you any more, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Oh, poor Gumshoe. Just goes to show. Can't shake me off that easily. Yeah, thank you, DS, for the song, too. Oh my god. It's hard to give takes like this. But yeah, long story short, things that we've been saying. This case is just, like, perfectly positioned in the trilogy. What Game 1 needed was a intense reminder of the core themes of the series. Of the first game. And what the whole package needed was a intense reminder. Can you believe it? I'm in the mode of a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show him, though. Someday I'm gonna make detective. If he does, yes sir, then I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe. Thank you, Meekins, very cool. With the rest of the themes of the game. Game 1 was largely about, you know, the Japanese legal system in first and foremost. And games 2 and 3 are not about that. But they are very much more focused on the Faye family stuff, I think, in particular. Whereas this game was, you know, prior to that, very focused on just like the whole notion of getting one defense cases, right? Against this titan of Edgeworth. The Ledger died. He's taking a nap. He needs a nap. Is it another Ace Attorney game, Ozzy? What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with the steak lunch partner? I mean, the Starman just sneaks into me. She's seeing off one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. need to make sure Billy and the gang get their water. Oh god, okay. Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, I gotta go on shortly. Looks like they'll be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Right Way Lunch. Top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around extra time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. True. True. Yeah, another Ace Attorney game. Totally fair. I don't want to hear details. Yeah, we'll find out later. But yeah, so I love the thematics. I think this does. The biggest thing the game does though is give us a phenomenal bit of characterization for Edgeworth, and it was really fun, right? Like I think the core cast is great, and if they're in later games, that's awesome. I'll never forget what the young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left. Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Anyway, I'll try to get to you, so I better be... Huh? Oh no! I forgot my gavel! Sorry, gotta go. Yes. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah. Big time. Phenomenal Edgeworth characterization. Just great Edgeworth work. And the core cast is great for its own right, but if it's setting up as well, this is just like a very, very, very sharply written, well-positioned thing. Magatom is like the best mechanic in the series, I think. Like, it's so easily the best. It's so good. Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spear medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training is about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. Oh, little teaser for Maya. But yeah, this is just like incredibly well positioned. It fills in several holes and sets up for Edgeworth in game 2. Because Edgeworth, it makes sense. Like it did not make sense. Like they just sort of glazed over what happened with Edgeworth, and I think that worked out well just to create like a sense of mystery around it, right? But this is just brilliantly positioned as a way. It feels so natural. Yeah, Magatama is like, I think, the best mechanic in the series. Like, Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you a tea. What's going on? Yeah, the Magatama is like, it's genius. Because, like, you know, the thing. Oh, the letter from 2-3. Oh my god. Good question, Mitch. We actually joked earlier about doing a tier list at some point. If we wanted, you know, if anyone wants to see the tier list, let me know. But it's coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. A little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh, we have one last thing. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is too cute. 2-3, yeah, I got me 2-3. Here's the problem. I'm not gonna remember the cases that well. We can do a tier list though. Oh, this is so cute. Oh my god. They're so cute. Giblet tier list. That's horrifying. What a concept. Rise from the ashes and a lawyer cries once it's all over. Which is, I'm assuming you beat it. Yep, clear all the trilogy. That's it. We didn't get every ladder versus stepladder comment. That was one of the achievements. Lawyers when they cry. Don't even tempt me. That would be the coolest game of all time. Yes. Okay, so before we go though, we're gonna close out here, I think. Thank you all so much for being here. Whether you're on the stream now, we'll chat in a second, or on YouTube in the future, thank you so much for being here. If you made it this far, that means you probably watched, if you're on YouTube especially, this means you probably watched the whole thing, which, like, blows my mind. This is an enormous, we spent so much time playing this game. And this was a, you know, 80, 90 hour playthrough, I think, all told. That's a little over probably, but yeah, it looks like, you know, probably 80 to 90 hours. And just, man, thank you so much for being here, everybody who's been here. So, as always, I get very emotional at the end of a big, long playthrough like this, so, you know, on the one hand, thank you so much for being here, and for being part of this. If you enjoyed stuff, make sure you let me know in the comments around and join us in Discord or for the next playthrough, because the big thing is this is not over yet. We've enjoyed this enough. We are probably going to play more Ace Attorney series in the future, including Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We talked about that, talked about Apollo Justice, talked about the other Ace Attorney games. We have other stuff to play, so if you want to see more, please do let me know. Again, whether you're live with us or on VODs in the future, let us know in the comments, let us know on Discord, whatever. Come say hi. And we'll be playing more at some point. Not right away, but we'll get to it at some point when we get some time. So thanks for being here so much. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the buttons to interact with the video so I know that you liked it. Otherwise, I don't know. And hopefully I will see you around on Twitch, twitch.tv/SL_TV, Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully you'll join us live. And again, play those developers if you want to revisit the series. Consider liking and subscribing down below to find more from me. And hopefully I'll see you live sometime soon. Until next time, enjoy yourselves, get some rest. And peace out.